Hey, it's Terry Bain. We're back with another fun episode of Business Growth Time, where today we're going to be talking about advertising on TikTok with the one and only Janet E. Johnson. Hey, Janet, I got an E word for you. You want to know what it is?
Well, of
It's
course,
it's Encanto. What do you think of that?
why do you pull out these words that I have no understanding of the meaning of?
That's the benefit of not having young kids anymore, man. We don't talk about Bruno on this show. That's not going to happen, Janet.
Encanto?
Isn't that
What
the
is
new
it?
Disney movie or 2 years ago Disney movie? Yeah,
Oh,
that's what
okay. Oh,
Janet.
you lost
Pop
me there. I don't know
pop
where that
culture.
came from.
It's a TikTok thing. I thought we were doing that. I thought we were going to dance and talk
Okay,
TikTok.
okay. Well, we're gonna talk ads, not like the hip things on TikTok. I mean, you kind of got to follow the trends, but the ads are a little bit different. So,
Okay, so you've been playing in TikTok for a while now. Seems to be going well. You're enjoying it. And clients are enjoying it.
yeah, well, okay, just break that down because when you talk about TikTok ads versus TikTok just having fun. I mean, 2018, I put my cats on TikTok and they got like all these views. My cat cleaning himself of all things, like got a million, just I think we had overnight 800 views or 900 views. I mean, it was really, really good. And I'm like, wow, this is cool. Well, I kind of realized it wasn't really my audience there. So I pulled back and walked away from it. I just decided, I don't need to market to teenagers, that kind of thing. Well, hence 2021, 22, all of a sudden things are changing with TikTok. And we'll go through some stats too. But the one thing that they've done that a lot of people don't realize is with the advertising, you can run ads on TikTok even if you don't have a TikTok account.
Really? That doesn't
Mm-hmm.
seem normal.
Yep. So it's probably going to be better. My recommendation to people is go ahead and set a TikTok account up, and maybe get some content there. Maybe you're doing reels on Instagram. So, put those over on TikTok. It might help the algorithm and stuff like that. But the bottom line is you do not have to. So
It's a
that's a
great
big
tip, though.
difference.
People can repurpose their content, right? You've already made it, so
Yep.
use it there too. Why not? Build another audience.
Exactly. Exactly. Build another audience. Yeah. It's better to be safe than sorry because, for instance, we talk about if your pipeline and your leads are all coming from Facebook ads and they shut your account down tomorrow, then what? And it's happened to many of my clients. So
That's
now
true.
I'm like, let's diversify and take some of your ad budget from over here and move it over to TikTok ads. We did that. The first client I did that with, I said, you know what? Let's just test it. I want to see how this works. They're my client, and we interviewed Wi-Fi Wealth. So we interviewed Bryson. They did in June. They did 30,000 in ads with Facebook ads, and
In
they got
spent, right? They spent 30,000.
30,000. They made 150,000 with that. So
Return.
that was Facebook ads. But let me tell you a story about that. They were having a hard time. It's a funnel that Facebook doesn't like, so they keep rejecting it. So bottom line is we were up to as much as $400 per lead on Facebook.
Okay.
But they have a good return on investment. So that's all, relative as well. They still profited. Look at, the money they made. But we moved that exact funnel, kind of changed up to the video, same video too, but we changed it to make it more for TikTok. We moved that over there and we are getting $100 leads. Same exact thing.
Wow. So 25%. That's not bad. And
Now,
wow,
let
I
me give you
appreciate.
another story with Wi-Fi Wealth. The next one that we did was we took and they have another funnel where they have a training course that they charge $77 for, and we do direct to buy it. And we weren't able to get that to work at all on Facebook. We were paying 400. They actually had another guy come in and they were up to over $1,000 per lead.
For a $77 sale.
Yes. Yes. So it got turned off and I wasn't the one managing that, but we were at like 400, 500. We couldn't get it down. I mean, no matter what I did. We are now converting, you're going to love this, at $49 per lead on TikTok ads. Get this. They are profiting. They have upsells too. So they are profiting on every lead that they get with
That's a
TikTok.
what a bargain. Like that's 90% off the ad price. I'll
Crazy.
buy that all day.
Isn't that crazy? So we've got some great stats. Even my own, I do a video sales letter. That's what people are watching right now. This is the podcast recording, but this will also be the video sales letter. And with my own, I was getting $400 to $500 booked calls. And now on TikTok, it's well under $100.
You just told me that you had 10 new leads sign up for appointments in the last 4 or 5 days.
The first week launching ads on TikTok. Yep, the very first week. Yes. And we've closed now. We have currently just spent $1,500 in ads. We've just getting started and we've already closed over 10,000 in sales. So it's crazy. It's really, really good. And so one coaching client of mine, she ended up having her Facebook ad account shut down and she can't get a hold of anybody and it's frustrating. Put her out over on TikTok and within a week she's already got 2 book calls and I don't know what's going to happen next, but I'm just saying, she's like, wow, this is pretty cool. She still wants her Facebook back, but in the meantime, at least we have another place to go. So that's the other thing to think about.
And
So those are some great stories, but go ahead with the question. We'll go into stats too.
so what kind of clients are you seeing find value in this?
That's a great question. A lot of people say that, oh, well, my audience isn't there, that kind of thing. E-commerce is doing very, very well with TikTok ads. That's not really, my forte, but I do work with a few e-commerce clients and they are really, really doing well with TikTok. So those were kind of the front runners on getting over there. But, like I'm B2B. I'm B2B and I'm targeting coaches and consultants and course creators, that kind of thing. So they are doing well. Local businesses, believe it or not, are starting to really ramp up too. They do geo target, so you can, local businesses also. I would say, yeah, service providers. I'm feeling like pretty soon, the one thing I would say, the LinkedIn, people that really need to be on LinkedIn and there may be SaaS companies. I don't know how well like SaaS companies are doing at this point. I don't know if they've come around with it, but
Software as a service for those that aren't sure what that meant.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
So I think everybody should look at it. And you can upload your email list. So what if you just, had a 5,000 email list and you wanted to test it on TikTok ads? We're talking about TikTok ads being basically, and I hate to say this against Facebook and Instagram because I still love them to a certain extent, but it's like their ads were in 2015. Like costs are, so it's hot. It's very hot. Everything ebbs and flows. And it was Google before Facebook, and then Google was the expensive one. Everybody moved to Facebook. And then now it's like, okay, TikTok's trying to take over the ads. The second I signed up, I got a rep to talk to. You can
Like
actually
voice to voice, like I have a conversation. What?
Exactly. So they're really trying hard to take over, everybody copies. The platform is very similar to Facebook, so it's pretty easy for somebody that knows Facebook ads like myself to jump over there and be able to, do things because it's pretty
That
simple.
was smart that they made it look something that was familiar. You got to like that.
Well, they all copy each other, just like Facebook started the reels all because of TikTok. So,
100%.
they all copy each other.
Like, that's it. The timeline started in Facebook because of Twitter, back in 2008. Right?
Way back then. Yes. Yeah. Terry and I go way back on all this stuff. So yeah,
Way
we
too
were
long.
totally doing the tweeting thing.
I want all those hours back. I want them all back. You just did like one lump sum. It's like 6 years of time right there. That's really fascinating. Hey, so is there a way that maybe you could drop a sample of an ad you've done and maybe we could put it in the description? Is that even a thing? Or maybe there's a screen share option?
Yeah, we could
putting you on
absolutely
the
screen
spot,
share.
and I don't
Yep.
want to do
No,
that.
no, we could do a screen share. Here, let me give you some pointers first
Yeah.
on that. Well, look, first let's go into stats, then let me give you those pointers of that. Because stats, just because to finish up what you were asking, who's there? Like, who is on there? And I
Okay.
have a whole list of them. There's right now 1 billion users
There's
monthly,
1 billion users on TikTok.
3 billion downloads, 30 million plus 35 plus. So ages 35 plus, there are 30 million on TikTok, and there's 5.5 million even 55 plus. So a lot of people are like, yeah, I have like financial that only does, they only target 55 plus. Well, there's some of your people are there. Yes, more will be on Facebook, of course, but some of your people are there.
You don't need all of them. You just need the right ones, right? You
Exactly.
can't bring in 5.5 million people into your business, folks. That's not a thing.
I
It's,
love that. That's a good analogy. Exactly. Yeah, 47% bought something there. 66% shop even when they're not planning to. Oh, I know what that's all about. 1 out of 4 inspired more impulse purchases. 4.2 billion plus views on the hashtag TikTok made me buy it. So it's pretty interesting. Yeah. So TikTok made me buy it. It's a big trending hashtag, for, things that have been bought. The other thing, so then into talking about tips with it, there's only 100 characters. So you don't get to say much in your ad. It's not like you can write any long copy. You can't even use emojis in your copy. So, I teach that on Facebook. You should use emojis, test long copy. You don't have that option there, which is kind of nice because it's, more concise. So your video has to hit the pain points, or it has to hit the points. 21 to 34 seconds is what has been taught. In some of these stats, I'm going to give kudos to Max Finn. He does a lot of training. So these were from him. I went through one of his trainings too. But it's 21 to 34 seconds is the average best time to so you have to say, like, that's how you have to grab attention in 21 to 34 seconds. But I will put a but on this. Everything is worth testing. And sometimes some of the best performing have been over a minute as well. So you got to test.
so it varies, right? It depends on what we're actually doing, what you're bringing to the table, and probably how good you are at doing the ad itself.
Yes, exactly. Well, that's one. Yes. Yeah, you're right. And so I do recommend people I teach them like what they should say in the video. We talk about, you just got to get to the problem, ask a question, grab their attention in 3 to 5 seconds. Then we use what we call Clip Scribe to optimize it. And you can make it tall. So somebody could record right on Zoom. That was mine. That was my ad. I mean, I just recorded on Zoom and then I made it vertical with this software. There's some cool techniques also with using stories. So you could do a story and download it, puts the words across it and caption. You can use the captions, but you got to get very to the point. So it's basically, hey, heard about TikTok ads? Heard TikTok ads work super well. Click the link to learn more. I mean, you could do it that was too short actually, because that was probably not even 21 seconds. We want to say, sick and tired, frustrated with the Facebook, Instagram ads. Are they too expensive? Jump on over and check out TikTok ads. That probably would be good enough video right there.
Good enough video. Dude, that's like my middle name right there, is good enough video. That's amazing.
But I will say there is creative fatigue faster. So I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but meaning it's about 14-day lifeline for a TikTok video with the ads even. So
How's that compared to Facebook? Because I've never really thought about that.
Facebook can last forever sometimes. I mean, it can last a long time. I mean, it does tend to have creative fatigue, but we can run ads for months and months at times. If they're working, we can do it and it doesn't have the creative fatigue. So you could change out audiences if you have, that option in TikTok and test it with different audiences too, and keep that creative going with different audiences. But otherwise, if that audience is working well, you might want to, test a different video.
Well, I'm intrigued by what those numbers are going to look like, right? You talk about 5.5 million people over 55 and 30 million people over 35. I can only imagine that those are just going to keep ratcheting up and up and up, right? They're not going to drop off there, right? People might leave Facebook, but they're not going to leave TikTok because it's like the new drug, you
I
know?
know, I know. I try not to go on it because
And
it's just like it's so fast. But the kids definitely are on it. But it reminds me of Instagram when it first started. We were not there. We were not there. It was the teens that were there.
100%.
And then all the moms jumped over. I just read another stat. It's about 70%. I think that's the stat I read, are women. 60 to 70% are women. So it is more women. The moms are coming over there for sure.
Well,
Um,
that makes sense. And the reality is that from a B2C perspective, it's oftentimes the mom that's making the buying decision on like 80% of the things, right? So
yeah,
it's a good place to be. And now with the women in leadership positions and doing all the amazing empowerment things, that's a pretty good target audience, right? And
it
guys
is.
we don't have the attention span, but we know we don't have the attention span. So the idea of getting into a never ending cascade of possibly entertaining videos, like, nah, I can't. If I start, I'll never leave. So,
Exactly, exactly. Well, so that's pretty much it. I mean, obviously, I could go on and on all day about tips. We're just getting into it. We're getting started. It's like I said, it's a pretty easy platform to learn. So we've been able to pick it up just like that. You got to set up pixels, like similar to the Facebook. So there's, that setup side of things. But other than that, you can get an ad out there really, really fast as long as you have the video content. So it's, you can even take a graphic and test it and make it a GIF, and then you could download it as an MP4 and upload it. So that's another thing that we have been working on testing, but I still believe in if you can be on the camera and it's, authentic, that is going to be the best thing by far compared to produced.
so that video should look like you sitting in front. You said you used Zoom to do yours and made it
Yep.
vertical, right? So you
Yep.
just shifted it. Okay, so
Yep.
it's talking heads are okay, is what I just heard.
Totally okay, as long as, you might want to you got to add the stickers and make the TikTok fun, or the captions on stories. I did one where I did it in a story. So I did it right on my phone, and then I added the captions so the wording is going across the screen. It goes across my face, but it's grabbing people's attention because of that movement, that extra movement. So you got to add something to it, and you don't just want this. You got
Okay.
to add some sort of additional movement, and you could do it in clips as well. So mine is working right now, but I'm working on some new creatives, like as in where you could do one little clip, then you take and you do another little clip so that you can see that movement. And I don't, what I probably talk about. You've seen people where they're wearing like something like grungy or whatever, and then they do another clip and they're like all dressed up with makeup on, so
I do
it's
those
stuff like
videos
that.
all the time. You should check them out.
Exactly. So, well, good. Well, let's end it there. And any questions, feel free. And if you are watching this on the podcast, you can reach out through the podcast page. If you're watching this on the page and you saw the ad, definitely book a call if you want to learn more. And our podcast, you want to finish up with that?
Sure, you can find 180 plus other episodes on business growth over at businessgrowthtime.com. Find us on your favorite podcatcher, hit the subscribe button. If you love it, share a review. We'd love to hear from you. And thanks as always for listening.
Thank you.